Welcome back for the last edition of tonight's Rockbridge Report Election 2013 coverage. I'm Laura Lindsay Tatum.
And I'm Sarah Jean Vallon.
Fox News, CNN, and NBC News project that Terry McAuliffe will be the next governor of Virginia. McAuliffe is winning by more than 1 percentage point over Republican Ken Cuccinelli. The Associated Press has declared Ralph Northam as lieutenant governor over challenger E.W. Jackson. Mark Obenchain is winning a tight race for attorney general. Let's take a closer look at the numbers statewide and around the area. The statewide results for Virginia governor are coming in, and Terry McAuliffe is leading with 47.02% of the vote. And Ken Cuccinelli is behind with 46.09% of the vote in a very tight race. Sarvis is coming in with 6.66%, and this is with 93.31 precincts reporting.
Virginia Governor Rockbridge County results are coming in, and Ken Cuccinelli is leading with 54.55% of the vote. Terry McAuliffe follows with 36.49% of the vote, and Sarvis has 8.96% of the vote with 100% of precincts reporting.
We have the Lexington results. Ken Cuccinelli is coming in with 32.8% of the vote, Terry McAuliffe with 61.66% of the vote, and Robert Sarvis with 4.28%, and that's 100% reported.
Virginia Governor Buena Vista results are in with 100% of precincts reporting. Ken Cuccinelli has the lead with 58.11% of the vote. Terry McAuliffe follows with 34.06% of the vote, and Robert Sarvis has 7.83% of the vote.
Moving on to the Virginia Lieutenant Governor's statewide results, it has been called for Ralph Northam, who had 54.41% of the votes. That's with 90% of precincts reporting.
Virginia Lieutenant Governor Rockbridge County results are in. E.W. Jackson is behind, but only by a small bit with 49.76% of the vote, and Ralph Northam has 50.24% of the vote, and that is 100% of precincts reporting.
Looking now at the Virginia Lieutenant Governor's race Lexington results, Ralph Northam is far ahead with 71.01% of the votes, and E.W. Jackson has 28% of the vote, and that's all precincts reported.
Buena Vista results are in for the Virginia Lieutenant Governor race. E.W. Jackson is leading with 53.86% of the vote, and Ralph Northam has 46.14% of the vote, and I believe that matches the statewide trend. No, it does not match the statewide trend. I'm sorry.
Virginia Attorney General's statewide results, Mark Obenchain has 50.59% of the vote, and Mark Herring has 49.29% of the vote. That's with 95 precincts reporting.
For the Rockbridge County results for Virginia Attorney General, Mark Obenchain has 61.38% of the vote, and Mark Herring has 38.62% of the vote, and that sticks with the statewide trend of Obenchain leading.
Virginia Attorney General Lexington results, Mark Obenchain has 37% of the vote, and Mark Herring has a strong lead over him with 62% of the vote. That's with 100 precincts reported.
Virginia Attorney General Buena Vista results are in with 100% of precincts reporting. Mark Obenchain has the lead with 65.36% of the vote, and Mark Herring has 34% of the vote.
We've gotten news that the Associated Press is calling it for Terry McAuliffe, but we'll update you on that when we come back. We'll speak with SVU professor Jeremiah Johns then. Stay with us.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah, that's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
3, 2, 1.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Ever wonder what makes us, the Smurfs, so happy? The forest, of course! This is where we, along with the beautiful forest creatures, make our home with beautiful plant life, clean water, and endless adventures. It's a place to celebrate. So discover the forest with your family today. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report. Joining us again this hour, we have Southern Virginia University politics professor Jeremiah John. Thanks for staying with us.
Thank you.
Turnout was initially expected to be low for these elections, but the polls have been busier than expected. What reasons are there for the higher turnout, and what does it mean?
Well, I haven't seen all the precincts and all the returns, and of course all of them are not in yet, but it seems that the turnout is about what it was 4 years ago in the governor's race, and in some parts it seems to be a little bit higher, specifically in the Richmond areas. I think if people are turning out in greater numbers in some parts of Virginia, it may have to do with the fact that this is a competitive race and people expected it to be competitive, as opposed to 4 years ago, which was not very close. And so we know voters tend to turn out a little bit more in competitive races.
So let's talk briefly about the issues. What was important to voters going into this election, and how will that play out in the results?
Well, some of the exit polls seem to show what people expected, that Virginia voters are interested in the economy, in jobs, some in transportation. The government shutdown was important to some voters, specifically in Northern Virginia. Of course, the Affordable Care Act is important for many voters. There are a significant chunk of voters who are very much against the Affordable Care Act, but about 50% are in favor. So this is an issue that voters are divided on. Many voters, I think, were motivated by this issue, but I'm not positive that it helped one candidate or the other particularly well.
We'll see how that turns out. We don't yet know how the Virginia House of Delegates is going to turn out, but if it remains in Republican hands and Terry McAuliffe wins the governor's race, as it seems he will at this point, how do you think he will govern as a Democrat?
Well, the Republicans have such a significant lead in the House of Delegates, and it doesn't seem from any returns that I've seen that the Republicans will lose the majority. They'll still probably have a significant majority. There are some issues where Terry McAuliffe could push them in a more liberal direction. The Medicaid expansion is now at least partly in the hands of the Virginia State Legislature, but perhaps Governor-elect, if he's Governor-elect McAuliffe, could push them in the direction of accepting the Medicaid expansion. So there are some issues that I think he could push them in a more liberal direction. Of course, that's a very conservative state legislature. The past few governors have been able to work with the state legislature, so we shouldn't expect a Democratic governor and a Republican Congress to be similar to what we see in Washington. It seems like Virginia has been able to resolve these partisan differences better than Washington, D.C. has.
That's good to hear. Hopefully we can avoid statewide gridlock in Virginia. Thanks for your insights tonight, Professor John. When we come back, we'll finish up our local election coverage and get the very latest statewide numbers for you. Stay with us.
So what you want to do is, have you already enrolled? You're doing fine.
What did that just do?
Select the drop-down menu again.
Wait.
Site, you're already enrolled. Example here, so don't panic. You're ready to make your payment. Submit. There it is.
Oh my God! I really can't believe it. That's awesome.
Good for you.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000.
10, 9,
You'll
8,
face major
7.
legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
The local elections have been called around Rockbridge and Glasgow. Let's take a look at who our winners were. For Glasgow Mayor, Ruby Clark had a victory tonight with 52% of the vote over Monica Dock, who came in with 44%.
For Glasgow Town Council, we have 3 winners: Andrea Bradley, John Hill, and Jeremy Kilgore. All will be on the Glasgow Town Council.
For the Carrs Creek Board of Supervisors, Russell Ford took the spot with 45% of the vote.
Board of Supervisors in the Walker Creek District, A.W. Buster Lewis has won with 715 votes as opposed to Richard Kopp's 670 votes.
For the Carrs Creek School Board members race, Laurie Strong took the spot with 58% of the vote.
School Board in the South River District, Kevin Brooks has won with 58.71% of the vote, or 590 actual votes.
For the the Associated, okay. For the Virginia Governor's statewide results, Terry McAuliffe is in the lead and has won with 47% of the vote. Ken Cuccinelli came in with 45, was a very tight race. Robert Sarvis came in with 6% of the vote. That's with 96% of precincts reported currently.
For Virginia Lieutenant Governor statewide results, Ralph Northam has taken the lead with 55% of the vote. E.W. Jackson has 45%.
In the Virginia Attorney General's race, we have statewide results. Mark Obenshane has 50% of the vote. Mark Herring has 49% of the vote. So this one is tight. 96% of precincts are in currently.
Thanks for joining us on the Rockbridge Report. We're staying up all night to get the latest result from today's statewide races. Follow the latest on the Rockbridge Report website at rockbridgereport.wlu.edu and on our Twitter account at Rockbridge News for the latest numbers.
Be sure to watch our show on Thursday at 4:30 for election wrap-up coverage as well. We'll see you then. Thanks for staying with us and have a good night.